Good evening. The Tennessee woman accused of ramming a security barrier at the White House went before a judge this morning. D.C. police say Jessica Ford plowed into the fencing and was immediately taken into custody by the Secret Service.
This was Ford's fourth and most dramatic effort to gain access to the White House in recent months. She's now charged with 3 felonies.
Now, the question of why Ford did what she did is no mystery. Her family says she suffers from a mental illness, and they actually warned the Secret Service last week that Ford, armed with a BB gun, was again headed for the White House.
In an exclusive interview, Ford's family tells News Channel 5's Nick Barris it all could have been prevented if she could only get some mental health treatment.
How delusional is Jessica Ford? The 35-year-old insists that her children live at the White House. And in court, she told the judge her fiancé is the president.
She is very delusional. She thinks that her kids, her children, are in the White House. And that's why she keeps going up there.
Jessica Ford has driven to Washington, D.C. 4 times in the past year, trying to gain access to the White House. Most recently, she tried to breach a White House barrier with her van.
She decided when she left that it was Christmas Eve. She said, I've got to be up there by Christmas Day.
That was last week. Authorities were watching for Ford. This after her family called to warn them that she was en route with plans to ram a gate.
I said, you know, you can't go down there and do that. They will kill you.
Ford still went, and the Secret Service was waiting.
And I think that's the reason they didn't kill her, because they knew she was coming. And they knew she had a BB gun.
Now Ford faces felonies and possibly years in prison.
Oh, I love her with all my heart.
Ford's mother says her daughter needs help. Ford's cousin says it all could be prevented if Ford could get mental health treatment. Victoria Walls says after each arrest, before this latest one,
they take her in, they keep her for 72 hours to a week, and they let her out.
And Ford's back at it again. Davidson County Sheriff Darren Hall says lack of mental health treatment in cases like this is the real issue.
Until you arrest the real issue, and it's not the person, it's illness or addiction, you're going to keep seeing these people do this.
Ford may now go to prison, or, based on her mental health issues, she could again possibly be released. And again, she'll be back home in Laverne with her children who she doesn't really think are hers. And she figures to again plot another trip to Washington, D.C. and the White House.
They know that she has a mental problem, but they don't give her any help.
Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
If convicted of the 3 felony counts for ramming the White House barrier, Ford could face up to 40 years in prison.